You're at the airport check-in counter when the agent points at the screen and says 4 words that ruin your trip. That'll be $100. You try to explain, this bag has never been a problem. They just shake their head. The rules changed. You think you know how to fly, but the game has been completely rigged against you. In 2026, the world's biggest airlines have re-engineered their baggage policies with one goal: to extract more money from you. This isn't just about fees going up a few dollars. It's a rewiring of their entire system. And it's creating chaos, destroying budgets, and catching travelers completely off guard. Today, I'm giving you the airline's secret playbook. I've spent weeks digging through internal policy documents and parsing the fine print so you don't have to. We're going to expose the new fee traps, the unforgiving cutoff times like the check-in 45 rule, and the size limits that are making your perfectly good luggage worthless. What you learn right now will save you a fortune. And one of these new rules can cost you $100 even if your bag is only 1 pound over. Let's get right into it. The single biggest change isn't a fee or a size limit. It's the death of the friendly agent. For years, the system had a little bit of humanity built in. A kind agent could forgive a bag that was a pound or two over, or rush through a last-minute check-in. In 2026, that person's power has been stripped and handed to a computer algorithm you can't negotiate with. Leniency has been surgically removed from the process. If you don't know the new, rigid rules, you will pay. Before we break down the first rule causing havoc at check-in, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. It tells the algorithm you're smarter than the airlines. Section 1. The Check-in 45 Trap and the Delayed Flight Deception. The first and most brutal new rule is what I call the Check-in 45 Trap. While a 45-minute cutoff for checking bags has been on the books for years, its enforcement is now absolute, especially with giants like American Airlines. Arriving 40 or even 35 minutes before your flight used to be survivable. Not anymore. What's new is a system-wide hard lockout. At exactly 44 minutes and 59 seconds before departure, the ability to check a bag is digitally erased from the agent's computer. There is no supervisor override. There is no button they can press. The system is engineered to force on-time departures by eliminating you and your late bag from the equation. For international flights, the window is even worse, locking you out at a hard 60 minutes. Here's how they get you. First, the line. You might be standing in the bag drop queue 50 minutes before your flight, but if you don't get to the front of that line and have your bag scanned before that 45-minute clock hits 0, you're not making that flight with your luggage. Second, and this is the critical part, is the delayed flight deception. Your phone buzzes. Your 1:00 p.m. flight is now delayed to 1:30 p.m. You relax, thinking your check-in cutoff also moved. This is a costly mistake. Airlines run their operations based on the original departure time, because a flight can just as easily become undelayed. A new crew shows up, the weather clears, and suddenly they're ready to go. If you show up based on that delayed time, you've already missed the hard 45-minute cutoff. You will be denied. The only way to win is to reset your entire airport clock. The old advice of arriving 90 minutes early for a domestic flight is now a recipe for disaster. The new standard, if you're checking a bag, is 2 hours, minimum. But the 45-minute cutoff isn't the mistake costing travelers the most money. The next trap is the fee itself. It's not a flat rate anymore. The price you pay depends entirely on when and where you pay it. Airlines are now actively punishing travelers who wait to pay for bags at the airport. Let's use American Airlines as the blueprint. Your first checked bag is $35 if you pay online anytime after you book. But if you wait and pay at the airport kiosk or counter, that same bag is $40. For a second bag, the penalty gets steeper, $45 online versus $50 at the airport. That $5 might not sound like a lot, but it's a calculated attack. For a family of 4, each checking one bag on a round trip, waiting to pay at the airport costs you an extra $80. Your money vanished into their pockets. The airlines claim this speeds up the airport process, but it's really about locking in their profits before you even leave your house. This online first tiered pricing is the new reality on United, Delta, and almost every other major carrier. The golden rule for is brutally simple. Never, ever wait to pay for your bags at the airport. The moment you book your flight, go into your reservation and pay for your luggage. It takes 2 minutes and is no longer a travel hack. It's a mandatory step to avoid lighting your money on fire. Section 3. The Southwest Free Bag. Myth debunked. Let's tackle one of the biggest pieces of travel misinformation out there right now. The idea that Southwest quietly killed its bags fly free policy. You may have seen headlines or heard rumors that they finally caved and started charging for bags like everyone else. This is completely false, and the truth is critical. While Southwest did make some huge changes, like adding assigned seating on May 28, 2025, their core promise of 2 free checked bags per person is still 100% intact. An internal company analysis showed that while charging for bags could bring in $1 billion, it would cost them even more in loyal customers who fly Southwest, specifically for that perk. It is the foundation of their entire brand, and they have not walked away from it. This is a powerful lesson. Travel rumors spread like wildfire, and other airlines have zero incentive to correct a rumor that might scare you away from their biggest competitor. Always go directly to the source. The Southwest website couldn't be clearer, so let me be clear. Southwest has not, I repeat, not ended its bags fly free policy. You still get 2 free checked bags. Don't let a false rumor bully you into flying another airline and paying fees you never had to. Section 4. The end of close enough. The crackdown on bag size. For decades, the checked bag size limit was 62 linear inches, length plus width plus height. And for decades, enforcement was a joke. A bag that was 63, even 64 inches would almost always slide through. This isn't about new rules. It's the brutal, tech-driven enforcement of the old ones. Airports are now rolling out hyper-accurate automated sizers at check-in. These are not the old metal cages you could cram your bag into. These are laser scanners that measure your bag's exact dimensions with zero tolerance. The most common mistake that will cost you is forgetting that wheels and handles count. That 28-inch suitcase you bought might have 28 inches of packing space, but the actual dimension from the wheels on the floor to the top of the handle could easily be 31 or 32 inches, pushing your total over the 62-inch limit. A human might have let the wheels slide, the laser will not. This strict enforcement is turning perfectly good luggage into a financial liability. A large, reliable suitcase you've used for years is now a risk. The second an automated sizer flags it as oversized, you're looking at a fee that starts at $100 and goes up fast. The solution is to measure your bag before you pack. Use a tape measure and get the real-world external dimensions of your luggage, from the wheels to the very top of the handle. Add them up. If you're over 62 inches, you have a problem. It's better to find that out in your bedroom than at the check-in counter, where your only option is to pay up. Just like with size, the 50-pound weight limit is no longer a suggestion. It's a cliff edge. In the past, 51 or 52 pounds would often be ignored. Today, you must view 50.0 pounds as the absolute maximum. The second that scale flashes 50.1, it triggers an overweight fee. And these fees are designed to hurt. For a bag that's just 1 pound over, up to 70 pounds, you will pay an extra $100 on top of the base fee. For bags over 70 pounds, it can be $200 or more. That extra pair of boots just cost you more than your plane ticket. This is another place where technology has taken over. Airport scales are calibrated daily and linked directly to the ticketing software. The agent physically cannot ignore it. The computer flags the weight, adds the fee, and will not let the agent proceed until you pay it. Your only defense is to own a cheap digital luggage scale. It is the single best travel investment you can make. Weigh your bag at home. If it says 50.5 pounds, don't even think about it. Take something out. Put a heavy book in your carry-on. Fixing the problem at home is free. Being forced to open your suitcase on the dirty airport floor with a line of people staring to avoid a $100 penalty is a public humiliation you can easily avoid. The basic economy bait and switch. Basic economy fares have become a minefield for travelers, and the checked bag trap has never been more effective. Airlines lure you in with an unbelievably low price, but that price is an illusion. Here's the trap. A basic economy ticket on American or United does not include a checked bag. It often doesn't even include a normal carry-on bag, just a small personal item that fits under your seat. You find a $150 round-trip flight and think you've won. But then you realize you need to check a suitcase. That's $40 each way, an extra $80. Your deal flight now costs $230. At the same time, a standard main cabin ticket on that exact same flight might have been $210 all along, and it would have included a carry-on and a seat assignment. You've just paid more for a worse seat and fewer perks. Airlines have perfected this. They get you with the cheap sticker price, knowing a huge number of people will be forced to buy add-ons at inflated prices. The solution is to change how you shop. You must calculate your total trip cost, not the headline fare. If you know you need to check a bag, always compare the price of a basic economy ticket plus the round-trip bag fees against the price of a standard economy ticket. More often than not, the standard ticket is the better deal. Don't take the bait. Section 7. The Codeshare Black Hole. Whose rules do you follow? This is the expert-level trap that snags even frequent flyers. You book a ticket on the Delta website, but one leg of your trip is operated by Air France. This is a codeshare flight, and it's a black hole of conflicting baggage policies. The billion-dollar question is, whose rules apply? The answer, almost every time, is the policy of the airline actually flying the plane. You could be a top-tier Delta loyalist with a credit card that gives you a free bag. But if your flight from Paris to Rome is on an Air France jet, Air France's rules govern. And if their policy for your ticket doesn't include a free bag, you're paying at the gate. It gets even more dangerous with international weight limits. Your ticket is with American, which allows 50 pounds, but your connection is on British Airways, which often uses a 23-kilogram limit. That's 49.6 pounds. Your bag that was perfectly fine for American is now officially overweight for British Airways. That 0.4-pound difference could trigger a massive fee. This confusion is not an accident. It's a revenue stream built on unprepared passengers. To protect yourself, you have to become a travel detective. When you book, look for the words "operated by." If you see another airline's name, you must go to that airline's website and find their specific baggage rules. Never assume the airline you paid is the airline whose rules you're following. We're about to expose the rules that cause the most expensive surprises, especially when you fly overseas. But first, which of these rules shocked you the most? The hard 45-minute cutoff? The fact that your suitcase might be obsolete? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one, and your story might be the warning that saves another traveler from a costly mistake. Section 8. The International Shuffle, Stricter Weights, and the Carry-On Trap. If you think you've figured out the domestic baggage game, stop. The rules for flying overseas are completely different and, in some ways, far more punishing. First, the good news. Many long-haul international flights still include 1 or even 2 free checked bags. The catch? The weight limit is almost always stricter. The U.S. domestic standard is 50 pounds. The international standard is usually 23 kilograms. As we said, that's about 49.6 pounds. This tiny difference is a deliberate trap. Your bag, perfectly legal for your flight from Chicago to New York, is now overweight for your flight from New York to London, triggering an immediate fee. But the biggest shock for American travelers is the enforcement of carry-on weight limits. In the United States, your carry-on is almost never weighed. As long as you can hoist it into the overhead bin, you're fine. That is not how the rest of the world works. Carriers like Qantas, Emirates, and Lufthansa enforce strict carry-on weight limits, often as low as 7 kilograms, around 15 pounds. Gate agents will have scales, and they will weigh any bag that looks remotely heavy. If your American-style carry-on, stuffed to 25 pounds, gets weighed, they will force you to check it. And since this is happening at the gate, you will pay the highest, most punitive fee possible, often over $100. This is one of the single most common and expensive mistakes travelers make. Before any international trip, you must check the baggage policy for every single airline on your ticket and look specifically for the carry-on weight allowance. It's the rule you are most likely to break. The world of air travel has changed for good. The era of bending the rules and friendly discretion is over. We now operate in a world of cold, hard automation engineered for maximum profit at your expense. The single most important takeaway for 2026 is that you can no longer be a passive traveler. You have to be on offense. You must measure your luggage, weigh it at home, prepay your fees online, and personally verify the rules for every airline you fly, especially on Codeshare and international trips. You must respect the hard 45-minute cutoff and see basic economy for the trap it so often is. By taking these steps, you take back control. You stop being a source of surprise fees and become an informed traveler who knows how to beat the system. Your trip shouldn't begin with a $100 penalty before you even leave the ground. If this guide helped you prepare for your next flight, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'm always breaking down the travel rules. Airlines and airports don't make easy to understand. But checked bag fees aren't the only thing catching travelers off guard. Watch this next video before your next trip because TSA is confiscating items travelers pack every single day.